So, I know I am putting this video out later than expected, and this is for two reasons. First, because I am also focusing on planned Mexico women's national team content from their games this month, as you can see by the jersey I'm currently wearing. And two, because like many Sharks fans on social media, after what happened versus the Ducks on Thursday night, I had a very heated and frustrated reaction as well. That was the second reason why I am posting this video later, because I was pretty heated after these last two games, and I wanted to cool it down a little bit before making this video, although this will still be a very heated video. Now, why do I say this? Why is this going to be a heated video? Because that was arguably the worst two games, the worst two performances that I have seen from the San Jose Sharks this season at a crucial point in the year where they are in a playoff battle, and the defense and Ryan Warsofsky are both to blame for this. With that, here are three things we learned about the Sharks in these most recent two games. Takeaway number one, the first thing we learned, and we've kind of known this throughout the season, but these two games really emphasized it. The Sharks have, without a doubt, the worst defense in the league. The defense, with the exception of an own goal, made just about every possible blunder they could have had over the last two games. Orlov, Klingberg, Leddy, Ferraro, their performances in these last two were shocking. They were so bad in the game versus the Oilers, Klingberg especially, to where Shakir had no choice but to play through an injury in the next game versus Anaheim. And because Shakir Mukhamadullin and Dickinson are the two best defensemen right now, having to carry the burden because everyone else has been horrid, it was only a matter of time before said burden forced them into mistakes on the ice, and they began to struggle. They should have called up Luca Cagnoni for the playoff push. Hell, just call up Luca now. He's already proving to be too good for the Barracuda, more than ready for the NHL, and he can't be any worse. He can't be any worse than these sorry bums we currently have on the blue line. The Sharks' blue line situation is so dire right now, and they desperately need to acquire quality defensemen in the draft and offseason. Takeaway number two. After Warsofsky's coaching performances in these games, we still don't know if he is the right coach for the Sharks going forward. Ryan Warsofsky's coaching was questionable at best, awful at worst in these two games versus the Ducks and Oilers. Starting with the game versus the Oilers, Warsaw again being a simp for these awful veteran players because they are experienced and have been in the NHL for a while. Him putting John Klingberg on the second power play unit instead of Sam Dickinson was criminal. It is crazy how he gives so much slack to these veteran players even after making major error after major error. And when the young players make even the smallest of mistakes, even if they make up for it, he will bench them or give them little ice time after. Moving onto his poor coaching versus the Ducks. Oh boy, that third period disaster. Did he seriously play Dellandrea with Smitty and Graf on the second line in the third period? Is he stupid? And this is where you wonder why. Why does Warsaw follow up good coaching games and good coaching moments with sackable offenses like this? And what makes his coaching performances over these last two games even worse is that, according to the Sharks commentators and multiple sources, Warsofsky hardly showed the team any tape before these last two games. Bro, your team is in a playoff battle. The Sharks are in a playoff battle. And he and the team are not watching tape to see what they're up against? Like, what are you doing? How is he preparing the team? These two games made me really question Warsaw again. Is he the right coach for this team? I don't know. While he has improved his coaching in some aspects this year, such as finally being able to get winning results versus Canadian teams, which he struggled with last year, there are still serious red flags in his coaching, such as how he rates certain players and being reluctant to play and believe in his actual best players that we saw last season continue throughout this one. While he will likely be given the benefit of the doubt, given the team has not used their draft capital and cap space available to address the blue line properly yet, next year will be his third year, and he won't be this young, learning head coach, who's learning the job anymore. He won't be that rookie head coach anymore. This kind of coaching and these sort of decisions are inexcusable and unacceptable and should make next year a year where his seat should be hot. And these things are not tolerable. Not watching tape with the team to know what you're up against in this playoff push, in these crucial final games of the season, that is borderline sackable on its own. If he makes these same mistakes and decisions again and it hurts them next season like it has now, if he makes these same dumb mistakes in the final 4 games, I would even go to say, the Sharks, if he makes these kind of coaching decisions next season or even in these final 4 games, the Sharks will have to really look at where they stand with Warsaw. It sounds harsh saying this to a young coach in just his second year, but it's true. And lastly, takeaway number 3. The Sharks will now need help to make the playoffs. This is not something that fans who bought Sharks tickets in the pre-sale for the playoffs, should the Sharks make it, this is something they don't want to hear, including myself. I was one of those fans. Following these 2 losses, the Sharks are now 4 points out of the final wildcard spot with only 4 games left. The Sharks will now not only have to win all of their remaining games, including 1 more versus Nashville, but hope the Kings lose 2 of their last games. And then, of course, we need to beat the Predators. These losses were described as a gut punch by the coaching staff, which is funny given these 2 games, or at least the loss versus the Ducks, who were in free fall before Thursday, were preventable if they watched tape with the players and had the team prepared to play with more energy, where maybe that would have helped them, get more shots on goal. Now Warsaw and the coaching staff will have to hope for a miracle to let them off the hook for their mistakes in these 2 games, and that a major collapse by the Predators and the Kings will gift them a pathway to the playoffs. Wow, guys, this was just brutal. Especially given that I think it was the Kings on Thursday night versus the Ducks who lost their game. So we had an opportunity to stay ahead, or if not stay ahead, jump ahead of them in the playoff battle. And then the Sharks just completely collapsed. They dropped 6 goals. One of their defensemen had his first career hat trick. Congrats to him, but God, that's embarrassing, especially for the Sharks when you shouldn't be conceding things like that at this crucial point in the season. Just, I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You gotta imagine the Sharks surely have to win all of their remaining 4 games. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they do, and they do have that miracle playoff clinching moment. But yeah, their final home game specifically is on Saturday versus the Canucks. And hopefully they win and just put on one more good show for the fans here in the Bay Area. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Go Sharks, and we'll see what happens going forward.